Evening all. DC Cooks are back to do another film review for you. So, the other week I done Jaws 1, and a few days later I reviewed Jaws 2. So tonight it's the turn of Jaws 3, or 3D I should say. So, let's get straight into it. It was released on July 22nd, 1983. Same month, same year as I was born. Apparently that is a year where legends were born. It's a true story. Anyway, it was directed by Joe Alves. It was made on a budget of $18 million US. It made $87.99 million US in the US box office. Its cast consisted of Dennis Quaid as Michael Brody, Bess Armstrong as Catherine Morgan, Leah Thompson as Kelly Ann, Simon McCorkindale as Philip Fitzroy, and Louis Gossett Jr. as Calvin Bouchard. So this film basically follows it starts off in a sea life park or oceanic centre where a big killer great white shark basically comes to terrorise the people in this park by hunting them down and basically eating them. That is pretty much in a nutshell the story, but that's pretty much the same as any Jaws story. So, how do I describe this film in one word? I'm going to say very, very poor. There is so much wrong with this film. It really, really is. It had, to be fair, I believe it had the potential to be a lot better. I really did, or on the same power as the first two. I know the second one isn't as good as the first one, but they had one hell of a cast in the first one. It was always going to be a struggle to beat the first one, and then to do a third one and then try and do it in 3D, I think was just a massive, massive mistake. Really did. I mean, like I said, it did have the potential not to be as good as the first one, but to be on the same par as the second one. But in my eyes, my personal opinion, it failed miserably, and I'm sure I'm pretty much not the only one who thinks that. The acting in this film, I thought, was very, very, very poor, and there was a lot of overacting in my eyes. I mean, Dennis Quaid, I'm not a massive fan of Dennis Quaid, but there was a few scenes where you felt like he was overacting, or he was basically told to do it that way, which in my eyes did not work in any way, shape or form. Bess Armstrong as Catherine Morgan, she played the more serious role. She was like the marine biologist, I want to say. I could be very wrong on that one. She wasn't that bad. I won't deny it. She wasn't brilliant. She wasn't that bad. She did bore me in a couple of places. It was that moment. It's like, well, just get off the screen. Let's get somebody else in. But she wasn't bad. Let me put it like that. Leah Thompson as Kelly Ann. You don't really get to see much of her in this film, and the bits you do are so short. You can't really. She wasn't in it long enough for me really to judge. So Simon McCorkindale, who's a British actor, he played this very cocky kind of, I want to say, like films extreme stuff, if you know what I mean. Like there was a bit where he was talking about whales. So he basically he's like films like Oceanic Life, like sharks and all that, and a shark comes along and he sees an opportunity to make money. Once again, it seemed very, very forced. It's like he's being told. There was a bit of overacting in that as well. I won't deny it. There was quite a lot of overacting. Louis Gossett Jr. as Calvin Bouchard, I actually enjoyed his character. He was actually quite enjoyable to watch, to be fair. That's all I can really say. I mean, each one of these characters have their key roles in the film, but none of them have a major impact in this film, for me anyway. Not me personally, and Dennis Quaid's playing Michael Brody. So Michael Brody's past is he's been involved in 2 shark attacks. when this shark was here, you don't see him really that frightened. Or you don't see like the past. It seemed like a very separate film from the first two, even though there were two people in there that are part of the same family from in the first two. Then getting on to the shark. The robotic shark in here was absolutely terrible. I know the one in the first one and the second one was brilliant, but this one was appalling. At least in the first two, it actually looked semi like a great white. But this one just looked like they basically just designed a quick model of a shark and just went, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that'd be fine. We need it down now. We gotta get this down. And there was no attention to detail in the shark in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, at least in the first one, there was some attention to detail, but in this one, nah. The only attention to detail which is the same is the fin going through the water in my eyes. That's it. That is it. The CGI shark in here was crap as well. I'm sorry, but it was absolutely atrocious. There's a scene towards the end where he's apparently swimming through the water, but his fin, it's not even moving. He's just basically hovering through the water. Just like that. It was crap. It was awful. You know, I can understand that being done like that for the 3D part of it, but it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I know it came out in 1983, but I've seen films come out. There are Star Wars films out there which have got better special effects than this. And it had a budget of $18 million as well. You know, it just really wasn't that good for me anyway. Like I said, like I said, I've watched this film twice in the last 2 days. And I've been trying to look for some good points. And like I said, the only good points are the dolphins, the killer whale, the shark. There's a couple of scenes in there which, I don't know, there's not it just felt so rushed. It felt there was no attention to detail in this film at all. It was down to the shark. The acting was just like it felt like they were making it so fast so they could make so much money. So Universal could make some quick cash easy because they knew that Jaws would potentially actually make some money. And to be fair, it did make some money, but I would love to have seen the reviews after it come out, but which I might even still look up yet. But that's what it felt. It just felt so very, very, very forced and very shoddy made, and it had the potential to be better and could have made a lot more money even to this day. If you go and ask somebody now, so do you want to buy Jaws 3? They go, no. No. Why would you? I mean, it wasn't great entertainment. I mean, like I said, I don't hate it, and I can sit down and watch it, but I haven't got that love for the film as I have for the first one. The first one was very unique, and I know it's very hard to follow a great first film in a sequel. I know that, but yeah, it just, like I said, like I keep saying, it just felt very, very rushed, very, very forced. It seemed like they just wanted to make it as quick as they could so Universal could get a quick bundle of cash because they knew it was quite a popular franchise. You know, I remember watching it when I was young, and I enjoyed it when I was young, but now I've got older and I've started to appreciate how films are made. I look at some of these films that I watched when I was younger very, very differently, and I'm sure many of you do too. So if I had to rate it now, if it come out now on that same quality, is it what it did? It wouldn't get no more than a 2.5, 3, and that's just being generous for me, to be fair. Me personally, that is just my personal opinion of this film. So, if you agree with my review, please give it a thumbs up. Or put it in the comments down below. If you disagree with my review, give it a thumbs down and put it in the comments down below. I'd like to know if there were more bits in that film that you enjoyed, or or there's other bits in the film that you hated, please just put it all in the comments down below. Once again, please go onto my Facebook page, give it a like, give it a share. Once again, it'll be in the description box down below. I do hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing. I shall see you all very soon for another review, which of course will be Jaws the Revenge, which is basically what I'm going to watch after I've finished editing this video and posted it up to YouTube for the review tomorrow. So, like I said, have a great rest of the day. Take care. I shall see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.